What if your body has been speaking to you all along and no one ever taught you how to listen? In this episode, I'm sharing the raw truth I see almost in every woman I work with. The symptoms we normalize, the silence we carry, and the wall we will eventually hit. Brown bleeding, pasty discharge, no mucus, cycles that don't make sense, exhaustion, anxiety, painful sex, and worst of all, feeling like it's all on you. We were taught how to avoid pregnancy, but never how to protect our fertility. And now, women are being rushed into pills, procedures, or artificial technologies without being given all the facts. This episode is not about shame, it's about truth. It's about the real signs your body has been giving you and the power of learning to read them. Whether you're trying to conceive, navigating hormone chaos, or just want to understand your body better, this conversation is the one we all should have years ago. Let's pull back the curtain together. Welcome to Fertility and Wholeness Podcast. Are you tired of seeing that test be negative month after month? Will you ever stop having to take test after test? Are you scared of all the medical terminology, office visits, and misinformation you see at every turn on your infertility journey? If you answer yes to any of those, you're not alone. You are at the right place. I'm so happy you're here with us. My name is Ariana. I'm a fertility care practitioner and a wholeness coach with over a decade of experience on the field. I created this podcast because I know what it is to feel alone and lost while navigating fertility problems. And after helping hundreds of women, teaching them how to not protract their cycles, boost their fertility, and navigate their monthly emotional roller coaster and get pregnant naturally, I am on a mission to empower women to take charge of their fertility journey. In this podcast, you will find heartfelt conversations, education, tips on how to take care of and understand your fertility, emotional support, simple lifestyle changes to boost your fertility, nutrition, self-care routines, tips for handling stress and anxiety with ease. We have amazing, exciting expert interviews and guests, inspirational stories, and practical advice on preparing for pregnancy and joyful delivery. Are you ready to reclaim your health, your life, and become pregnant naturally? If so, grab your green juice and prenatal vitamins. This episode is just what the doctor ordered. I can't tell you how many women come to me after silently struggling for years. They have done all the right things. Maybe they've been using the ovulation app or watching for egg white mucus, but it comes and goes, or it's confusing, or just doesn't show up at all. Their cycles don't follow any pattern. Some go 40, even 60 days between bleeds. Others bleed for 2 weeks, stop, then stop again for 4 days straight. And when they get their period, it starts with brown bleeding or spotting the last days. And if we're being honest, no one told them that that wasn't normal. They might get what it looks like fertile mucus pattern, and then bam, their period shows up a few days later. Some women tell me they never see true mucus, or that it's gummy or stringy, and no one ever explained what that meant. They get migraines before their period, feel like they're being hit by a truck, cry for no reason, or want to crawl out of the skin. Their libido disappears, sex becomes painful, they get yeast infections that don't go away, or they constantly feel this heaviness in their legs, in their gut, and in their spirit. And it's still, they push through until they hit the wall. That wall can be infertility, a miscarriage, debilitating pain that makes you vomit, periods that knock you out for days, anxiety that comes out of nowhere, crushing fatigue, hormonal shifts so intense that you start to wonder if you're going crazy. And here's the thing. Most women hit that wall alone, or they quietly bring it up to their OB who says everything looks normal. Just take the pill, or you're young. Don't worry. But deep down, she knows something is off. What I hear again and again from women in their 30s is, I wish I knew this meant something. Why did anyone tell me? I feel cheated. Because here's the truth. We were never taught to track our cycles or the signs of healthy or unhealthy cycle. We were taught how not to get pregnant, but We were never taught how to take care of our fertility. No one told us that fertility is a vital sign of health, like your pulse or your blood pressure. We weren't taught that mucus matters, that body matters, that our cycles carry clues. And when we finally learned to chart, whether through a Creighton model or another fertility awareness method, what we discovered is that the signs were there all along. Some of us had them since we were teenagers, but without education, without support, without a system, many women turned to artificial technologies out of fear, not because they weren't strong or smart, but because they didn't know there was another way. That was me. I went to the doctor several times asking, why am I bleeding all the time? Why do I feel like my migraines are really getting worse and worse? And the doctor kept telling me there was nothing wrong. If I wanted the pill, I was free to take it. If not, there was nothing else he could do. And I remember thinking back when I learned to chart my cycles and I learned that I had low progesterone. All those things were clues that my hormones were off for years. It wasn't until I started experiencing repetitive miscarriages that I realized my progesterone was so low that it wasn't able to carry a pregnancy, but it was affecting me beyond my fertility. And let's get this clear. I'm not here to shame anyone who has taken the pill or pursue IVF or made the best choice they could with the information they had. I'm here to say we were never given all the facts. And when we don't know what your body's trying to tell you, when no one teaches you how to read those signs, you can end up chasing solutions that don't actually solve the problem. My maternal grandma had her last baby at 50. My mom was born when she was 48. My paternal grandma had her last at 45. These women were fertile later in life, not because they were better, but because their bodies were supported to function well. Today, I see 32 years old being told that they're already late, that their only shot is IVF, that they need to get on something now if they ever want a child. But fertility is not just about age, it's about function, and that function can be restored. I myself had a baby at the age of 40. When I find out I was pregnant, the doctors did a lot of testing, genetic testing, all kinds of advanced testings that you get when you're an advanced maternal age. So anything after 35, you will be considered advanced maternal age. But what I realized that a lot of things were to assess for possible scenarios. They were not really telling me that my child was actually going to have an issue. My son is 2 years old. He has no health problems. He was born healthy. A lot of us are afraid of being pregnant later in our 30s when in reality age is just a factor, not the entire picture. When women start learning to chart, everything changes. Women usually realizes that mucus isn't gross. That is actually a sign of hormonal balance. That brown bleeding is a red flag, often pointing to low progesterone. That pain mid-cycle can mean inflammation or infection. That irregular cycles are not just your body being quirky, but often a sign of underlying dysfunction, maybe PCOS, thyroid issues, endometriosis, or chronic stress. And when we bring NAPRO doctors who recharge like a roadmap, we can run labs time to her cycle, treat root causes, and support her body to do what it was assigned to do. Now, I want to say something that is often missed. Fertility is not just a woman's job. Even though you are the one tracking the signs, this is something the couple uses together. And just because your partner's semen analysis says normal, it doesn't mean that he's automatically in the clear. Most standard tests don't assess sperm motility, morphology, DNA fragmentation, and oxidative stress. Yet, these factors impact not just conception, but miscarriage risk, embryo quality, and even baby's long-term health. I see this all the time. Women doing everything, clean eating, supplements, detox, charting, while their partner is still drinking energy drinks and is staying up until 2 a.m. on screens. Fertility is a two-person system, and when both partners optimize, their entire story can change. Something else I see that is so beautiful. When a man steps in, when he starts learning too, asking questions, tracking peak days, showing up for doctor's appointment, the dynamic in the relationship shifts. One husband told me, "This is the first time I really understood what she was going through." Another woman told me, "It feels like we're building something together now, not just trying for the baby." And I always say, if you can talk about mucus, you can talk about anything. Communications deepens. Trust grows. You start talking about your fears, your faith, your goals. It becomes about partnership. You just don't get a chart. You get connection. And if you're the woman listening who has done all the things, tried all the diets, taken the supplements, done the charting, made all the appointments, I want you to hear me clearly. I see you, and I want you to know that it's not all on you. Yes, your body carries the signs, but the burden doesn't belong to you alone. With the right education, support, and a system that invites your partner in, you don't have to carry it by yourself anymore. Even if you are the one taking the first step, it can become a shared journey. You deserve it, and you deserve to understand your cycles, to make informed choices, to be seen, heard, and respected by your doctor, to be supported in your marriage or partnership, to not be rushed into decisions from a place of fear. Maybe you're not ready to book a call yet. That's okay. I want you to start by observing your bleeding patterns, tracking any mucus or lack of it, paying attention to your energy, emotions, libido, writing it down, getting curious. And when you're ready, I'm here to walk with you. This is what I do. I guide women through the process of understanding their bodies, building real plans, and working with restorative doctors who can actually look at the root cause, not to fix you because you're not broken, but to support your body to work the way that it was designed to. Your body isn't failing you. It is speaking to you. Every symptom, every drop of blood, every emotion, every discharge that didn't feel right, it was trying to say something. You just didn't have the language yet, but now you do. And that changes everything. Let's walk this road together towards healing, wholeness, and clarity. Thank you for listening to Fertility and Wholeness with Ariana. If this resonated with you, share with a friend. Let's stop suffering in silence and start rewriting the story together. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's episode, we got a special treat for you. Join our free Facebook group where you can connect with other amazing women and share your thoughts. Join us by clicking in the link in the show notes. We can't wait to welcome you into our supportive community. And don't forget to come back for our next episode, where we'll be sharing even more inspiring stories, encouraging tips, educational insights, and practical strategies. Oh, and before you go, we have a tiny favor to ask. If you found today's episode uplifting and helpful, please leave us a review. It's like giving us a virtual hug, and it helps other amazing women like you find our show. Plus, it makes us smile from ear to ear. And hey, why stop there? Share the love. Tell your Betsies, your mom, your sister, and even your favorite barista about our podcast. The more, the merrier.